Welcome to the NRL previews for Week 3 of the NRL Finals 2023 season. I'm Marley Silva, joined by former Panthers and Souths legend Josh Mansour to look ahead to the Panthers-Storm clash, with the winner heading to the grand final. Now, Josh, how did you enjoy last week's finals?
Oh, how good is it? I love it. Two heavyweights coming up. Two teams that have a massive rivalry. I would know when we used to play out the Panthers, so I know the Panthers will definitely be up for this one. They still have those memories in 2020, which I actually played in, so it's going to be a massive clash, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, neither can I. All right, let's jump into things. Nathan Cleary had one of the best individual performances in recent memory against the Warriors in Week 1. His game, I mean, you didn't think this was possible, but it's gone to another level as the Panthers chase this three-peat.
Well, I think the GOAT kind of tag has been thrown around now recently, particularly in the media, so I feel like it's justified. You know, he's won 2 premierships already. He's approaching maybe a 4th grand final in so many years. So for me, Nathan has been outstanding for the Panthers. He just steers the ship so well. His communication is second to none, and he just leads by example for his actions. I thought his play where he was playing slow then playing fast really caught the Warriors defence off guard. So I'm sure that's going to be a similar game plan for the Melbourne Storm this week.
Yeah, it's so terrifying. He's so young still as well.
Amazing.
And Cleary's mate in the halves has been named, which is good signs for Penrith fans. Jerome Luai will make a miraculous return. I'll just rattle off some statistics for you. In his last 3 games against the Storm, 2 tries, 4 try assists, 3 line breaks and 20 tackle busts. Do you think he can have that type of impact, especially with this kind of shoulder injury?
Well, I know he hates Melbourne Storm, that's for sure. He always gets up for it, clearly, so judging by those stats. But again, that shoulder injury, I can kind of relate to that. I had a similar injury in 2014, and there is a bit of instability there, no doubt, but he will have to have surgery at the end of the year. But it is an injury where he can manage. It is going to be hard. He is going to be targeted with big boys like Nelson's running at him, particularly on those inside shoulder runs. So he's going to be tested. You know, everyone knows that he's coming into this game underdone, but again, with the Panthers, I feel like they will protect him. There has been times where you saw Cooper Cronk when he played in that grand final with that busted collarbone. They did protect him, and it was hard to get to him. So do the Panthers kind of play with him like a similar game plan? But I know Scotty Sorensen's going to have a big job in his hands protecting him.
Yeah, well, to the Storm now. They looked a little bit disjointed against the Roosters, which isn't too surprising as they lost their halfback Hughes during the week. He's been named, expected to play. He'll steady the ship for the Storm?
I think so. I think him and Cameron Munster have been outstanding all year. I think early in the season, just with the combination issues, with Munster playing fullback, Nick Meaney coming in, it took a bit of time for them to gel, but it looked like they know what they're doing. They're on the same page. I thought that they were disappointing against the Broncos. They were a bit lost. They were a bit disjointed at times, but I feel like they've gone back to the drawing board, the old cliche, and rectified those issues. But yeah, he'll be a massive boost for the Storm.
Yeah, and Melbourne sure know how to play finals footy.
Yes, they do.
A prelim final is a big game, and the Storm have some of the best big game players. What are you expecting from the likes of Cameron Munster and Harry Grant?
Everyone's got to step up. It's finals footy. It's do or die from here. So obviously with the Storm, you look this side of the draw. You got the Panthers and the Storm, 2 seasoned finals teams. You know, up against each other. Like you can't ask for a better matchup. But the Storm have been playing finals footy for God knows for how long now, and now you see the Panthers. They're starting their own legacy now. It's going to be an awesome clash. I just can't wait for it. But guys like Munster and Grant, they're built for these big games. They've played Origin off the back of an Origin series win as well. So you know the team's definitely going to look to those guys to steady the ship, but I'm sure they're going to be up for the challenge, and the Panthers are going to have their hands full with those two especially.
Oh, I just got goosebumps thinking about it. Thanks so much for your insight, Josh. It's going to be a finals classic. Tickets are selling fast, so if you want to see the match live, head to nrl.com/tickets. And if you can't get to the game, you can still watch it on Channel 9, Foxtel, Sky NZ or KO. And kickoff is at 7:50 p.m. The Broncos take on the Warriors in an all-or-nothing semi-final on Saturday night. I'm Marley Silva, joined by former Origin and Kangaroo winger Josh Mansour to look at this game. Well, Josh, how are you?
I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this game, especially these two teams. Who would have thought Broncos Warriors semi-final football? Can't wait.
Doesn't get much better. Let's start off with the battle up front. It's Haas versus Fanua Blake. Arguably the 2 best props in the game, and both so crucial to their team's go forward. Are you expecting, I mean, this is a silly question, big fireworks up front?
I've had to play in the middle against these two, especially, yeah, definitely. these guys are going to be going at it all game. Payne Haas is arguably one of the best props in the decade, and is definitely going to be a Broncos legend in my opinion. Fanua Blake as well has been outstanding for the Warriors as of late. His go forward is second to none. He always attracts 2 or 3 defenders. Both players do. So yeah, it's going to be a big clash, and I can't wait to see both these players go at it.
Absolutely. After a disappointing end to the year in 2022, Coach Kevin Walters has made the correction.
Yeah.
And what will this mean for the Broncos club as they aim for their first grand final since 2015?
Well, I think it's an amazing story. Like early in the season or even last season, there was a lot of question marks around Kevy if he was the right man for the job, and he's done an outstanding job. You just see what he's done the only few years he's had at the helm at the Broncos, and it's a revelation, to be honest. And he's turned this team of boys into men, particularly with Adam Reynolds as well steering the ship in the side. He's been an outstanding signing for him, but I think the arrival of Kevin Walters, like he is Broncos DNA, and he's instilling that into his players.
Yeah, it's certainly paying off. On to the Warriors coach now. The belief has been that he has instilled in this club has been one of the stories of the year as well. His style has really got the most out of the team this year. Well,
that's what the Warriors have been so good at the last few years. It's that grinding arm wrestle football, right? And I feel like the biggest thing that Andrew Webster has instilled in these players is belief. You can just see it. They play with passion. They go out there. They have fun, but they play for each other. Most importantly, their camaraderie is second to none in the competition. And I feel like Andrew Webster, he would have taken a lot of that ideology from the Panthers, and you can tell they play very similar styles, Penrith and Warriors, but again, it's going to be a massive clash. But for me personally, I feel like the biggest test for these two teams, for all teams, is going to be the conditions. Like, I don't think anyone predicted the conditions to be this hot this time of the year, and for me, like, the Broncos are kind of climatised with that Brisbane weather, Queensland weather, and down in New Zealand it's a bit more cooler, so it'll be interesting.
That's a very good point. Well, another battle worthy of a grand final qualifier is the veteran halves. Shaun Johnson and Reynolds, right? Both steering their teams around beautifully this year, and they will be pivotal in trying to secure these wins.
These guys have been going at it since under 20 days. I was lucky enough to play with Adam, and we're coming up against Shaun Johnson as well when he was playing at the Warriors, and these two always went at it. It's an awesome matchup. I can't wait. Obviously, 2 older heads. Shawnee Johnson, I feel like he's in line to win the Daily M this year. He's had a breakout season, and so he should. It's awesome to see him having fun again. He obviously struggled back in Cronulla, but to see him back where he belongs in New Zealand playing for the Warriors, he's just having so much fun with it. And again, to have Adam up north, the Broncos signed him for this reason, to take the Broncos to play finals football, and now the boys will have to prove their worth in this game.
Yeah, certainly 2 very inspiring leaders. Well, thanks, Josh. Brisbane will be absolutely rocking, and tickets are all gone for this one, so stay tuned to NRL.com for all your news and updates. And if you're not heading to this one, you can still watch it on Channel 9, Foxtel, Sky NZ or KO. Kickoff is at 7:50 p.m.